Automation is not just a buzzword. Automation has grown beyond industries, and it is revolutionizing and disrupting a lot of industries as we speak. Marketing is no exception, and we all know that, right? Thanks to platforms like Zapier, Make.com, etc. It is taking a new shape altogether. Earlier, the first level of marketing automation was introducing automation elements within the ad platforms itself. For example, if you're going somewhere over the weekend, and if you're not going to be physically available to monitor your ad accounts, you could always go. And if you wanted to increase your budgets on the weekend, and there were options like automated rules where you could set up these automations, right? So these are in-platform automations that you can set up. But thanks to platforms like Zapier, you can go ahead and automate your PPC even outside of the platforms. When I say outside of the platforms, you can integrate your leads coming in to be sent to you as an email. You can integrate them to go into your CRM, and then you can have another automation setup when the lead reaches the CRM, and then you can go ahead and activate an email platform. There are a lot of things and mix and match of combinations that you can execute. But specifically, it becomes very important as a PPC specialist or a business owner running PPC ads. What are some of the ways that I can leverage these automations? What exactly can be done can be derived from understanding these five or six things you could do. So I'm not talking about what exactly can you do. I'm not trying to show you how do you integrate your leads coming in to be sent as an email. That is, I'm pretty sure we all can figure it out. But it is very important to have a fundamental understanding of what are the necessary elements and what can you do, what is possible technically to go ahead and leverage automation for your PPC platforms. That's exactly what I'm going to show you. So what you see on your screen is a mind map that shows about 6 ways that you could go ahead and automate your PPC ad campaigns. Now there are 2 levels of nodes. The level 1 is send notifications about campaigns, bulk edit campaigns, improve retargeting efforts, add leads to your marketing funnel automatically add offline conversions to an ad platform. Lead comes in and the data gets sent to an email platform kind of automation, right? So let's just get started in no specific order. Let's just go from the top. So send notifications about campaigns. Now, when there is a lead that comes in, we all know that things can get busy very, very easily. And then even if you're talking about a very, very minimal campaign that you're trying to set up, we're talking about anywhere between 8 to 12 to 14 campaigns and across all ad platforms, right? So when you have, and typically all of us need leads. So when you're trying to go ahead and secure as many leads as possible, it is possible that we kind of miss out on 1 or 2 leads. So to avoid that, and in cases where it is possible that there may be a few slip ups where you forgot to send it to your sales team, or something didn't go as expected, so what you do is you set up an email alert saying that when there is a lead that comes in, please notify me through an email. Now once that happens, you can always forward it to the right team or to upload it to your Slack channel, or you can integrate your Slack itself, where you can get an alert on your Slack saying that there's a new lead and the team can access that. So that is the first level of automation, which is pretty basic that we all understand, right? Then you have bulk edit campaigns. Now this is something which I'm really interested in because it's kind of cool. Earlier we had this as automation rules where you can go ahead and increase or decrease your bids based upon your requirement from within the Google Ads account. Now this was called as automated rules, right? Now you can go ahead and increase your bids on a weekend, decrease it back to the normal on a weekday. It was quite possible, but that is just one level or the surface level automation that you could do from within the account. But what is possible to go ahead and do is you can set up an automation where you link your apps in such a way that when there is at the end of every month, right, at the beginning of every month, a campaign has to be paused, and no matter what, because every time I'm creating a new campaign, my goal is to make sure that I'm creating one video campaign every month. As an example, that if that is my goal, I want the old video campaign to be running paused automatically wherever I am, whether I'm with my friends, I'm drinking with my family, whatever, doesn't matter, right? It has to be done automatically. So how do you get that into play? Is you link or you integrate this app with your Google Ads account in such a way that it automatically pauses your account at the end of every month, no matter what, without fail, right? So let me show that to you so that you get a hang of what I'm talking about. So this is how it is done. There is a native app called Schedule by Zapier, or Schedule, however you call it. Now, okay, you're not able to see it, right? So let me resize the window so that you can see the full screen. There you go. All right. So I go to Zapier, and then there is a native app called Schedule. Or if you want to do it from the beginning, let's just go ahead and do it from the beginning. It kind of helps to get a complete understanding of how this is done. So I go ahead and create a Zap. I create a new Zap. That sounds cool, right? So you can either put in saying that, link, schedule, and Google Ads, or you can go ahead and manually choose a trigger and action for whatever you want to achieve. Let's see what happens. Okay, sync schedule with Google Ads. Now that's so cool about Zapier AI, because sometimes you just don't remember the exact workflow. You can just go ahead and put it in the powered by AI box, and then it does it for you, right? So you'll sync it with Google Ads. So I'm going to try it. So schedule is a native app to Zapier. So I go here, and schedule just does a few things, which is random schedules. You can choose which part of the day, which month, etc. And my goal is to make sure every month, on the first of every month, right? On the first of every month, at what time? Let's say at midnight, I would want to go ahead and pause my previous video campaign, right? You can either test it, but I'm just going to skip it. And I go to my Google Ads account. I choose my Google Ads account. So I go ahead and choose my Google Ads account. Once I choose my Google Ads account, it is going to ask me what is the event that you would want to do. Now there is a trigger. Now what is the action? The action, ladies and gentlemen, is to go ahead and mess with my campaign status. So I go here, campaign status, continue. Okay, select the campaign that you would want. Okay, this is the managed account, right? And choose the campaign. Pick any campaign for demonstration, doesn't matter. And then you will go ahead and change the status to paused at the end of each month, right? And then you continue. If you want to test it, you can test it, but this is just for demonstration, so I'm not testing it. But this is how you do it, right? So you can go ahead and change your random campaigns. I mean, you can pause any campaign that you need at the end of the month if that is what your workflow demands. So that is how you can go ahead and do bulk edits in your PPC accounts using platforms like Zapier, which are automated, right? Then you have improve remarketing efforts, which is it is. I think we spoke about this in the previous session as well, and I also have a detailed integration shown there. What it does is any lead that comes in from any of the ad platforms, it can be from LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. Now, this data will be used to enrich your audiences in other ad platforms. For example, there is a lead that comes in from email, there is a lead that comes in from a phone call, there is a lead that comes in from the website, there is a lead that comes in from the landing page, there is another lead that comes in from, let's say, Facebook ad account, right? So all these leads are consolidated in at one place, and that will be automatically added to my Google audiences that I have created to enrich that audience. This process can be manually done. It is usually manually done by a lot of people even today, because they don't know that it can be done automatically, and you can very well do it automatically. There are two advantages to this. One, it saves a lot of time, reduces scope for errors. The second big reasoning or the advantage with that is you're taking audiences from one platform, let's say LinkedIn, and then you're using it to enrich your audiences on Google. So cross audience sometimes lets you capitalize on that niche audiences which your competitors may not be doing. For most of the businesses and advertisers, it's one platform. When they're thinking about Facebook, they're only thinking about Facebook, right? But now this way, it lets you collaborate and collate all the leads from all the sources and then enrich your audiences. Then you have add leads to your marketing funnel automatically, which is very, very simple automation. You set up rules-based automation like bid adjustments within the ad platform, which we have seen. Remarketing lists or similar audiences, it will automatically be added to your CRM systems. From there, your email marketing can trigger so that you can start sending out email sequences to your audiences and nurture them. So basically, there are two levels of automation. One is a lead comes in that goes to the CRM. Once a lead, there's another automation, which is when there's a CRM lead that comes to the CRM, that will trigger your email platform, and then that will start sending nurturing emails to that lead which got collected in the CRM, right? Now, then you have automatically add offline conversions to ad platforms. This is a big thing. Today's world, irrespective of which source the lead comes through, whether it is coming from website, phone call, sales call, third-party advertisers, or you're doing cold calling, or maybe these are store conversions where people physically come to the store, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you have to be able to be accountable and make sure your attribution is in place so that you can know how much is your advertising or marketing bringing in, right? So to do that, you cannot leave offline conversions and say that I will track that separately. It doesn't work that way. It has to be integrated into your system, and you can use Zapier to integrate your offline conversions into the account as well. I am not sure if you have seen it, but let me quickly show you what I mean. So when we were doing this automation, let's go back to the beginning, right? So when you go ahead and link your trigger, whatever is going to be triggering, when you come to Google Ads, let's say you choose your Google Ads account, under event, you will see something called as send offline conversion, right? So sends events from your customer systems like POS, CRM, email service provider, etc., to connect Google Ad campaigns to offline activity and business impact. So basically, this is how. Oh, you're not able to see it, or you're able to see it, right? So this is basically how you go ahead and track your offline conversions and make sure that you're not missing out any important pieces of data. Coming back, you have lead comes in and the data gets sent to email platforms. Now this is a very common use case where it is doing. So these typically fall under lead nurturing campaigns, where there is a lead that comes in from Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads or Google ads or any source. Once it gets added to your CRM, there is another automation that triggers. Let's say Mailchimp gets triggered, and then your emailers start going out to those lead in no time without any manual intervention, at the blink of an eye, right? So these kind of automations can be can be executed using CRM integrations, set up your email triggers, utilize automation tools, which are email automation tools like ActiveCampaign, Mailchimp. Uh, you can use any of those tools. Implement conversion tracking, use API integrations, employ tools like Zapier and other tools which can go ahead and execute these automations for you. So all in all, these are some ways where you can go ahead and execute your PPC automations seamlessly, and there is no looking back once you master the art of how you can go ahead and get these done. Thank you so much. My name is Casey. Until next time, ciao.